right, in the bottom right starting location, we have our Zerg player. He did a Baneling all-in. Let's see what he does this time around. He is...
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
And in the upper left, we have our Terran player with very solid but somewhat greedy play. He is...
Maru Prime.
I think I just accidentally equivocated on TV there. With a very solid but greedy play. It's like with very safe but dangerous play.
Yeah.
I think I just like...
That was a bit odd.
I think I just completely contradicted myself with that intro.
I was just gonna let you get away with that.
That's what you got to do when you're casting like this. Let some stuff slide. But I heard that and I'm like, well, is it solid or is it? It's like, it's like with very black but also white play. It's like, well, those are just two different colors, man. You're not actually saying anything. So Extractor's just now finishing. He's gonna mine some gas. We'll see if he keeps those drones on gas or not.
Yeah. Is this a quick speed opening? This was somewhat popular at various times during the evolution of StarCraft 2, but not very common. Now, he could go for something like a Baneling all-in. He might just say, well, I don't want to deal with Hellion drops again, so I'm going to kill you with Banelings right away.
Could be. This map does have destructible rocks that cut you off from your third base, and then also has new kind of destructible rocks at that third base, which allow you to barricade yourself into that location as well.
There's also rocks you can find on the map which are not destructible. There's also rocks that happen to be minerals.
And technically, you know what the Zerg base is on is just a really big rock.
That's true.
Look at it.
And you know what? Every now and then, you know, someone makes a Hellion, and they're pretty rock and roll.
They are. And, you know, in case you guys are wondering, Artosis has rock-hard abs. If we just...
Rock-hard abs,
yeah,
huh?
Rock-hard
I wish
abs.
that was true. I don't even have rock-hard bones.
Do you have rock-hard six-pack abs?
Well, he did stop mining gas. He is just getting speed, so this is a really quick speed opening. Now, if this was against, like, let's say, really quick Reaper, like 8-Rax Reaper, something like that, or Proxy Reaper, this would be fantastic. As is, it's not terrible, but economically speaking, he's definitely going to be a bit behind.
Yep, that's very true. Queen here to intercept the Reaper. The Reaper runs by. I think he's probably just going to hop out of the base. I don't think he's going to do much more of this.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he saw that gas had been taken. I'm sure he clicked on it and saw, okay, he's already upgrading speed. That's quick. In the meantime, these Lings going to try to stop this SCV. And you know what's actually kind of neat? With Zergling speed, oh my god, actually, now that I think about this, I think I know what his plan is. With Zergling speed, if he just makes a decent amount, like 10 to 14 Lings, I think, he can probably force a cancel on that command center on the low ground.
You know, I think you're right.
Because the Reaper is like, he's going to be trying to jump them up and down, and he can drop back and forth with the Zerglings, constantly kill the SCV, and deal damage to the command center.
You are actually 100% right. You are so smart.
Thanks. If I was really smart, I would have known this beforehand. Well, there you go. The SCV does go down, and you know he can take some damage from these Reapers. Well, what is he going to do? He's going to jump down, and then the Lings come back. The thing is, this command center isn't going to finish. Like, I'm pretty sure he can get a cancel.
Well, he's still sending Lings. So
he has 14 Lings, so this is like a perfect amount. I think he's.
This is actually really cool.
Yeah, at minimum, he's going to way slow it down.
This is like a way to show that you just can't do stuff like this against a Zerg if you got that.
Yeah, Soulkey's really randomizing his play well, and he's going to surround those one time, man, and that's going to be it. He's going to kill him. But there is a Hellion on the way, and he will get the Hellion, but a lot of damage being done to Lings. It looks like, yeah, he didn't make enough Lings to really force a cancel there, but if he had, that might have been bad.
I wonder if when you're doing this, you should just keep making Lings and then do a Baneling follow-up.
Maybe.
That. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very all-in like, but it seems like because you're punishing the command center on the low ground, and because, well, in this case, you got another command center, it seems like you would just be able to break in and kill him.
Maybe. You know, the more I think about it, the way that this kind of went down with the amount of Lings he made, I think that was probably the best way to do it, because he wasn't going to quite force the cancel, but he slowed down the expansion significantly. Yep. In fact, more so than how much his was slowed down by getting the speed. And I think that's where he found the value in this.
Yeah.
Not just that, like basically constant map control. And if if let's say he did surround those Reapers once, which he almost did, then suddenly he might get the cancel anyways.
Well, when you get 2 players at this skill level, if you were to get that command center cancel, you have a very high chance of winning that game.
Yeah. Well, an armory is on the way as well as a siege tank, so it looks like Maru's going to be doing a build very much like the first game. Not exactly, but it will be mech. And wait a minute, actually he didn't get a starport, so no Hellbat drops incoming, but very likely some Hellbats.
Yeah, I mean, very high chance of Hellbats here. You can see Maru's sticking with what won him game number 1, which was his mech with a little bit of harass there, too.
And this Overlord, is he going to die right before the siege tank? Is he going to see the siege tank? Oh, he sees the siege tank. Okay, now he might think that that's one defensive siege tank. He could, I guess... Let me just make sure he didn't see the armories. Yeah, he didn't see the armories. He could think that this is a Blue Flame Hellion, like a mass Blue Flame Hellion push, and not mech. Because that does happen.
That does happen.
Yeah, and he's going to see a lot of Hellions coming out. And in fact, Blue Flame is on the way. So he doesn't know 100% that it's mech, even though I think he's pretty sure of it.
You know, I think also, if I'm remembering all the games you've casted correctly, I think the Prime guys do the Blue Flame Hellion all-ins more than anybody else.
I would say more than anyone but MVP, maybe.
Yeah, he's done it a few times.
Yeah,
that's true.
He definitely has his fair share of that build. Well, they set off a Widow Mine. Roach speed on the way as well as quite a few Roaches, but of course, Roaches, they're good against mech, but you have to be careful because once a certain number of siege tanks are hit, the Roaches stop doing anything.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, Roaches are kind of the same in every matchup, whereas the closer you get to maxed, when the other person's going to have more quality units than Roaches, and you're going to die.
Roaches have, like, a unique place in the game, and after that, they need to, like, GTFO for the other units.
Yeah, basically. You have to be very careful if you make too many.
Timings or as deterrents, but yeah. Remember in the beta when Roaches, for Wings Liberty, when Roaches were 1 supply?
Oh, do I ever? In 2 armor? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, tasteless. I didn't make anything but.
All right, the Roaches are coming up here now.
Of course, a lift off. Not bad. But of course, a little push with siege tanks down there will get him out of there. Now, here's the problem this game, I would say, for... Oh, he's actually attacking his queen. That's a problem as well. Okay, he doesn't quite kill it. But here's a problem for Maru, because he killed off a good amount of drones and had Soulkey on his back foot and hit that mech timing very, very well.
Yeah.
This game, he knows it's mech. He hasn't had his economy hurt at all. In fact, he hurt Maru's economy slightly. So this is going to be a lot harder. Soulkey's going to have an opportunity to actually tech up to whatever he wants to beat the mech with. Or at least attempt to.
All right, he's hitting the front now. It looks like, he couldn't quite get to the siege tank. He's just dealing too much damage. Thors are surprisingly strong against Roaches.
They do. They have really high damage output. So,
yeah,
good range, all that.
If you isolate the Thor, then it's going to, you can kill it off. But if there's anything to tank when there's a Thor in the background against the Roaches, you just kill it.
Hydralisk then on the way. Still getting ranged attack. And don't forget, these attack and armor upgrades do carry over into Locusts.
That's very true. Yeah.
Oh, if he had watched Kaldor's video, he would know how to set that off with that changeling.
This is true.
Yeah.
I watched the Kaldor video, did you?
That's right. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Now we have the Infestation Pit on the way here.
Yes, the Infestation Pit. I really want to see him go Swarmhost, and I want to see what Maru can do against that.
I just want to see more Swarmhosts in general.
That's true. It's my favorite unit, actually.
Well, it's so cool, but then we're not seeing it a lot in the pro level. But
well, we certainly will be.
I think it's one of these out there experimental units where people aren't quite sure how to use it.
It is difficult to use.
It's really difficult to use.
Okay, it's really difficult to use.
Yeah, apology accepted, Artosis.
Yeah, I am sorry. Yeah, the Swarmhost is so cool, man. But he's actually just going straight up to Hive, which is fine. Viper's really good against mech as well. The Blinding Cloud, pretty good on tanks in siege mode, I would say.
Pretty good.
They literally can't fire at that point.
You don't say.
Yeah, the range becomes so small that, well, siege tanks can't shoot that close to them, so they basically have to unsiege. And siege tanks without their siege mode, not nearly as powerful.
Huh.
Yeah, believe it or not, Tasteless. This is all true stuff.
About that.
Yeah. little bit crazy.
Today I learned.
Yeah. All right, well, another beautiful Overlord laying that creep down. That's really going to slow down his base. Good upgrades for both players. And look at that. He burrows a roach.
Sick.
Seriously.
Sick, seriously.
And now he's had to use the 2 Widow Mines, and now he's going to have to use a scan. This is...
This
Soulkey's
is that
playing
exciting
really
moment
well.
where we get to see 2 burrowed units battle each other.
That's pretty funny.
How often does this happen?
Well,
Not very often.
I don't think we ever saw Lurker versus Lurker, so...
No, I don't think we ever did.
All right.
This is esports history being made here, guys.
I think we're going to see Ravens start popping up pretty soon here. Might be utilizing the Ravens to try to counter...
a holiday or two, since you're not really pushing how exciting this is. 2 burrowed units. We're going to make a holiday where people have to go and dig a hole in their backyard. It's a celebration.
Imagine you burrow 2 Banelings for a Baneling landmine, and then you fly your Overseer over it.
So these Overlords are empty, but it generates the illusion of a drop.
Yeah.
But I don't understand because he's not attacking the front, so I guess he's just going to creep all over this.
Yeah. Well, that's a diss right there,
That's
Tasteless.
a diss.
He's going to have to bring those starports down to the car wash.
Is that your base? I creep on that.
What are you, a Zerg player?
He's like, no, I am. He says it.
Well, Raven's on the way. He is getting drops now, realizing that they are just so useful. And especially after something like that. If you do that several times, and then one time you actually drop, he's going to be like, what?
Yeah, this is true.
It looks like we're going to have some Hellbat drops coming in. Corvid Reactor on the way for the Ravens.
We will have Ultraless play coming up here. That's why the Zerg is baking so much right now.
This is so cool. Look at how big that creep spread is. So we're actually watching Maru say, okay, I can play a long macro game in TVZ with mech. And this is really exciting because I think overall Terrans don't agree with him or find it too hard.
Yeah.
But we're going to see what he can get done.
Oh, yoink!
Oh, huge
Subs.
yoinks.
Subs!
And that is 3 pretty expensive units going away. Really nice play with the Vipers so far. Of course, he's got to be careful, though. When those Ravens are ready, they're going to be throwing Seeker missiles at them for sure.
Oh my god, I think we just caught the tail end of a drone massacre. Oh, what's up?
Ooh. Yeah, he has killed off 18 drones this game. Well, I'm actually so excited just to watch this game and like see how these...
Too many workers, man. Sorry, go ahead.
No, he's, let me check how many. Okay, he's killed 31 now. Wow, and look at this. He's actually going to go for it, Tasteless, dropping all his roaches over here.
Oh, nice.
Wow, yeah, that's very well done. The Viper's going to town with that blinding fire. That means none of those units can actually fire right now.
He's going to target down the CC and get out. Or he's just going to stay here and kill more stuff. Either way.
Yeah, I think he's going to actually just sacrifice his army. Blinding Cloud is gone, so the mech army will just kill off everything else, basically. But he's lost that base. That was pretty cool move, actually.
Now,
drop everything behind buildings and Blinding Cloud on the other side of the buildings. I like that.
No, it's smart. Mech is one of these things where it's like it takes so long to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, remember TVT Wings of Liberty?
Yeah.
Like, 1 or 2 people were meching, everybody else is like, I think I'm just going to keep going bio versus bio, but eventually people figure it out. I think we're still in that phase here of HOTS where people are like, well, I don't really know how to do this, but...
Like, a lot of Terrans were counting out mech in TVT because of the new medevac speed, but we see more and more Kespa Terrans doing it, and those are the guys that actually know how to mech from StarCraft 1, so... Oh, sick. Really well done.
That's actually really bad for the Zerg.
That's pretty painful. Still more supply than Maru, but
Well, we'll see, though. You know, the problem with when you go mech guys... actually, let me not say problem. Okay, the burden of within going mech is that you're not allowed to lose the bulk of your army. You're just not allowed to do it. If you lose, like, all your tanks, you
lose almost every time.
Have fun not being able to do anything for the next 7 or 8 minutes. Like,
yeah, it's pretty rough. They get exponentially more powerful.
I don't feel...
He wants to pull that medevac so bad.
He wants to harpoon it. He wants to go Scorpion mode, Mortal Kombat style.
He wants to use the hook shot.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
He wants to use, hold on. He wants to use his Nautilus grab.
Well, that's even more drones are going down.
These drones are not too impressed with the fact that they're being burned down. And the thing about Hellbats is they take a little while to kill, you know.
Oh, nice. Well done. Yeah, they definitely do take a while to kill, especially with the medevac healing them up. You know, this is such an interesting thing to see Maru just straight up go mech and say, no, I can play that long game that the Vipers and Swarm hosts have made so difficult to do. And again, we haven't seen any Swarm hosts, so that
Fusion
makes me
core.
A bit sad.
We got a Fusion Core on the way here.
Sick.
Sickness.
Definitely is not going to want those battle cruisers to be harpooned, but you know, between having a lot of Vikings and Ravens out, I think the range is enough that he can probably zone out the Vipers from doing anything like that.
Vikings have this new role now because we're in HOTS. There's different units, so they can actually kind of fight off
Vipers.
Vipers, excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't find the word for a second.
That is true.
Another little harpoon on that tank.
Battle cruisers on the way, Tasteless. Not operational. Battle cruisers on the way.
All right. This, I think, is going to go on for a while, guys. This should be a pretty drawn-out, dramatic game. I mean,
if either player were to just attack into the other, they would lose all their stuff and be way behind.
They basically can't touch each other right now.
They have to be very clever about things like this little drop. It's mostly Lings. It has an Ultra in there. I don't know exactly why it had that Ultra in there, but it did.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, I don't know.
You know, it's Ultra's kind of
I feel
expensive.
like this is like a drop from the single player where like one Ultra comes out and 2 Roaches and a Hydra or something.
Yeah. Well, another Hellbat drop going down. A little bit cooler of a drop, I guess. He's killed a lot of drones this game, man. That is definitely keeping Soulkey back a little bit.
I don't know if it's hurting him as much as it is in some of these other games.
Yeah. It's late enough into the game that he can replace.
Yeah, he just makes like 20, 30 drones immediately and goes back to doing whatever it is he's doing.
He does have almost 4K minerals and 3K gas, so.
Yeah.
Well, another drop going down here, killing more and more drones. And finally, there we go. The Locust upgrade tastes. This is what I've been waiting to see.
How wiggly.
How does Maru actually deal with this? Soulkey, the thing is, he needs to get enough of them. That's the important thing, and he's going to need to keep a decent army around them to stop Maru from just charging over them. You know, they can't do it alone. Locusts are great, but you know, Swarmhost can't do it alone. They're a team player.
There's no I in Locust.
No, there isn't. There's an us, though.
There is an us. Whoa, we just hammered that together on the spot. I like you, Archers.
Yeah. You like me? I like you too. Thanks.
Now, the issue here is this game can go a lot of different ways, but one thing to keep in mind, guys, is Zerg is probably going to suck up all the money on the map here.
Yeah.
But mech is pretty cost effective. So, well, hold on, we'll get back to that in a second.
Oh,
and that second's happened, so I can keep talking. All right. Zerg might end up attacking into the Terran multiple times with no avail and losing his army, and that's why he's going to go for the Locusts, because Locusts are free units.
Yeah. And these are going to gain him value over time, as long as he doesn't lose them all. You know, he wants to keep those Stormhosts alive. That's the number one thing.
Be careful about Seeker Missile here, because that can easily blow up all the Locusts.
Oh, definitely,
I wonder if that's actually somehow going to be one of these counters to the Locusts for Terran, and it's weird.
It could be. You know, one of the things that's really good about Terran is they have the scan to get detection, because that's one of the problems, one of the hardest things to do in a hard PvZ against a good Zerg.
Oh, God, I hate that so much.
To actually get the detection there.
Oh, God, I get so angry when they start killing my observers.
Yeah, observers, and then you're like...
I'm trying to use an Oracle, but that thing has like...
You try to cannon push, but the Locusts kill it.
The hit points are in like...
Only try that once. Whoa, that is a lot of point defense. And...
It's so cool when you see the dead Hydras get launched across the map.
And he is pushing across right now. More Lings on the way.
He took out what is probably the most expendable base here.
You know, this is like a weird unit composition that Soulkey's going for, and the fact that he keeps making Lings is, I don't know that I really like that much. Here we go. That's a good move. Blinding Cloud going down so he can kill off some of these siege tanks.
Now we have a lot of damage being done to the starports up here, which is kind of the bread and butter right now, production here for the Terran. Some secret missiles coming in here. But is he going to get this command center burst?
Yeah, I think he might. Those Hydras do so much damage, and some nice secret missiles. Yeah. Now the Locust still dealing damage. They are definitely, getting their. He's getting his money worth out of them.
Lane's now coming up here. I'm wondering if I think Soulkey's going to eventually just bleed him out.
It could occur. It could occur. You know, he does have one additional mining base right now. And definitely a much bigger bank.
All right, he's moving out now. Oh, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, gets out of range just in time there.
Really nice save there.
Nice quick reaction by Soulkey. Does not want to lose those Swarm Hosts. I have a feeling they are going to become very important in this game. Yamato on the way, tasteless. Good times.
This is when we're really into...
that could definitely be very useful against Swarm Hosts now that you think about it. Yamato has good range.
Yeah.
Just scan and Yamato them. Of course, you have to be careful, though, because they're not going to be alone a lot of the time.
Yamato's kind of like that ultimate endgame spell.
Yes. At least in Starcraft 1, it was something like, well, if you have one Battlecruiser the Yamato, you can kill every static defense on the map.
I actually hated it so much when I had to get a TVT and it was just BC versus BC, and I'm like,
Oh, I loved it. That was my bread and butter.
Really? You love that?
Oh, I was known for that. Are we talking about defensive turtling and long games? Yeah, man. Only Beyond has to be beat there.
No, but I mean when you had to get you had to EMP the
yeah. That was my bread and butter,
insane, man.
No, that was where I shined.
All right, he's on the run right now.
Yeah, he wants to kill those Swarm Hosts.
A little bit quicker than the Raven, so.
Got to be careful here. If his Battlecruisers go too far out in front, then, of course, the combination of the Viper and Hydra will kill them off very easily. Three more starports on the way.
It looks like it's finally time for Terran to push. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Is getting out, and look, the Locusts, they are dealing their damage. They kill off one siege tank, a few more take a lot of damage. The thing is, he doesn't have as many Swarm Hosts as I kind of feel like you need. I feel like these medium amounts of Swarm Hosts are okay. They're like decently useful,
but I think he needs like a dozen or something. You want enough that, like, when everything comes out, no matter what, a good amount of things are dying.
Yeah, yeah. Just so much that they can't actually stop the wave before the next one starts. That's what I feel like. And a nice Blinding Cloud on that Planetary, allowing him to just go right in and start targeting it down. SCV's repairing the Planetary, just not doing anything right now.
Yeah, Blinding Cloud's worn off. Ooh. He's going to get a lot of SCVs, though, and I think now he will get the Planetary for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, actually.
Gonna lose a lot of units.
He does. Totally worth it.
And starting to land, these Vikings actually deal with Hydras, but it's okay because, well, we have a lot of point defense drones.
This is very true. Gunned down the Hydras, shot him off the cliff there. Pretty brutal.
All right, well, Soulkey is starting to look like he might be in some trouble, man. Maru is holding on tight to all his locations.
Yep.
Soulkey still does have a much bigger bank, but Maru's being extremely cost-efficient.
Now, Terran's pushing out, and Zerg is going to have to deal with this. Though the siege tanks are not in siege mode, it wouldn't hurt to attack into him right now. And we're kind of waiting for that to actually happen here. Nothing too valuable being taken out for Zerg just yet. He wants to wait to the last possible second.
More Lings going into that third base area for Maru. He does have some units over there.
A nice fungal.
Yeah.
All right, Locust now coming in here with the rest of this army.
And you know what? The Terran army might be just too strong here.
I think it just might.
But if he can somehow kill this all off, that is a lot of Ravens. That's so much value in the sky right now. And that is a good fungal growth. Another nice one does go down, and a lot of these are so red.
Yeah, he's continuing to push forward here. He's actually taking out the evolution chambers now. I don't think if there were just not enough swarm hosts or what. But look at the Zerg supply slowly dropping. Now look at the minerals for both sides. They're actually very low right now for the phase of the game that we're in.
And those Locusts eating through the point defense drones, starting to kill off some siege tanks, really showing their worth. Still around in this game.
But a lot of Hydras are coming up right now. Blinding Cloud.
Oh, really nicely done. Sacrificing that Viper for those important Blinding Clouds. Getting some of those siege tanks. They can't even fire at the moment.
And now we're going to go ahead and attack into this, continuing to hit this. The siege tanks have been thinned out. Remember, the Terrans spent the entire game building up this army, now down to 79 supply to 156.
Oh, more Locusts are going to come down, and Maru actually turning tail and running. And you know what? He lost every single Raven and Viking. He had so much of both.
I think he lost a good majority of his battle cruisers too. And what the problem now, guys, is that this base over here in the bottom left, not the one that we have on screen, but a little bit below that, is completely vulnerable. And when a Terran player, like we said earlier in this cast, when a Terran player loses his entire army when he's meching, it's not like Marine Marauder where you can remake it. It does not rebuild easily.
Yeah. That is so completely true. How does he ever get to that unit composition again?
Yeah, I mean,
there's
got to wait.
There is enough money on the map to get it again, but how does he secure all that money on the map to get it again? He lost the army.
I feel like he just doesn't quite know what to do with these swarm hosts. I think this was like the afterthought in this game from the Zerg. It's like, I'll make a few of these, and he's kind of moving around the map. He's not really able to utilize them.
They're the ultimate siege tool, you know? If you want to break areas, they are going to have to come to you because the swarm, the Locust range is so much. And when you have a lot of Hydras like he has and some Vipers out there, it's going to be very hard to actually approach.
All right, we could have a lot of infested Terrans tossed up here. Nope, looks like he's going to back out now. And again, this is the only real mineable location here for Terran. Don't know why put him up where the siege tanks should hit him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to avoid the Hellbats, but this isn't really going to do very much. Well, I guess it's going to make everything run, but okay.
Okay. And now we're going to have another attack coming up here. I think he'll probably just harpoon the few siege tanks in the back. And, oh, no, Blinding Cloud, excuse me.
Yeah, very well done there. Keeping those siege tanks from firing at the moment. Pulling in the battle cruisers. Oh, and these so expensive battle cruisers going to be picked off. But the Hellbats coming up, and Hellbats do a lot of damage to Hydras. Thing is, there's just too many.
Can you do a mineral check for me, Artosis? How many bases does Zerg have that are actually going to be, assets in this game?
Well, that one that we see right there on the screen, he definitely has that one, although it has 2 Widow Mines. And then, his 5th base that's up at the top, it's drying up pretty quickly. The rest of his bases have just a few minerals left and very few drones at them to finish that off.
That sucks. It is to know about the the Widow Mines in his top base.
Yeah, they're
that
definitely...
actually happens more than people realize. He blew that infestor out of the ground.
Quite a few infestors out right now.
I think he's going to throw a bunch of infested Terrans over here. Blinding Cloud, the Zerg, and there you go. So this base not even really a base anymore.
Yeah, I think at this point Maru's trying to gain
relic.
any kills he possibly can. Even using his APM right now to pick up 3 drone kills that are mining gas. Not even a bad idea.
All right, Blinding Cloud. And now is the Zerg's time to strike here.
Yep, we do have, it looks like a drop over a lot of crawlers, and here we go. He is moving forward. A lot of Blind Cloud, a lot of infested Terrans, as you said, Tasteless.
And the Terran, already low in supply, is only going to get lower now, as the last bastion of hope seems to be something that's going to be wiped out right now.
Well, as these infested Terrans do disappear, there's only going to be a handful of Hydras left over, but some really nice harpoons going on. And it looks like he will push Soulkey away for now.
Still sending more Locusts in here.
Yeah.
Seems like
Locusts, I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to beat with you, Siege Tank.
These are the pacifist Locusts. I'm like, oh, guys, they're going to lose. You cannot fight violence with violence. I'm like, fine, but you won't be in Codas, man.
Well, he's going to continue to siege up with these Locusts, dealing little bits of damage, bit by bit.
I wouldn't mind seeing him actually move the Swarm Host up a little bit closer.
Fungal Hydra, by the way, pretty good against Hellbats.
Yeah.
their little tiny
As it
range.
turns out.
Well, some ultras on the way.
Yep.
Maru continuing to try to get up to a good army once again.
I think Maru is slowly going to get choked out of this game.
Yeah.
I just don't see an option for him. When he lost that big mech army, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, you can't buy that many Ravens, Vikings, battlecruisers, and siege tanks and then lose them all and then hope to win.
Yeah.
And, you know, right now he's just making basically siege tanks and Hellbats to try to stay alive, but he's going up against such vastly superior tech. There's a lot of ultras, some swarm hosts, a lot of infestors, and these things are going to absolutely destroy such a non-techie army as just siege tank Hellion.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a long, arduous game here, but, I mean, you know, Soulkey definitely has the right idea here. It looks like, I guess another drop over here. But that's going to be taken care of very quickly.
Yeah, keeps dropping over that that really nice spore crawler. If that wasn't there, it might be an issue, but it is.
But it is.
Yeah, so it is an issue. As we see, he's lost multiple drops there now.
I think Zerg's just going to max out and attack one more time. I don't know exactly what Terran is going to do.
Well, I think he's going to lose, Tasteless. I think he's going to lose. I don't think that there's...
going to die, man.
It's just the cost efficiency is higher for Zerg here. What is he losing? Is he losing anything? Not really.
Not really. And even the hiders he does lose, that's fine. I mean, he can remake those. Compared to like a siege tank.
You know, at the end of the day, it may just become a war for that bottom expansion that he's sitting in.
Now. Yeah.
He doesn't have a hatch there, but he's sitting there.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're pushing that moonwalking ultra. But that's probably where, you know, Maru's probably thinking to himself, see that command center that's floating? I think that's meant to be a planetary in that location when he's ready. As he mines out this base, he's going to push down with everything he has, try to take it, but I don't think he's going to last till then.
All right, he's pushing forward now. Can the Zerg hang on, or is this, I mean, the Terran hang on, or is this game just going to end? A lot of infested Terrans now coming out doing so much damage. Their DPS is so high.
That's right, the Hellbats trying to hold the front line, but there is just way too much Zerg here, and it looks like Maru dropping down sub 100 supply yet again.
All right, and it looks like this base is going to be broken here.
That's right, but Maru, he's not giving up quite yet, and that might be the right call. You know, right now, Soulkey doesn't have a whole lot of money.
This is true. Soulkey getting a little bit low on cash right now, but again, you know, the supply in the Terran, man, 71 to 151. And I don't know what other defense he really has. The majority of his army was over here.
Yeah.
We can see Zerg's already getting close to maxing out again at 165.
He just, there's no way to hold this anymore, really. You know, he's done a good job of using up Soulkey's entire bank. Soulkey can't quite max out or anything, but there's too much left.
All right, GG.
Wow.
You know, I like what Maru was trying, but it just wasn't going to work in the long run. I mean,
no, it was cool, like, to see him try to go for that late game unit composition.
More passive than a normal mech build.
Yes. He wasn't trying to hit his timings really. He teched up and got those Ravens and battlecruisers and tried to play that extremely long game. But Soulkey did manage to get that one.
Yes. Well,
kind of cool to see though that someone is willing to encode S of the GSL, of WCS Korea, of such an important tournament, to put their life on the line with a long-term macro mech against Zerg in a time where everyone's going bio. It's like, well, bio has all these cool new tools. Why not, right?
Why not, right?
He's trying mech, and I would love to see him do it again.
I wonder if we could have seen more Widow Mines in that mech if it would have been different. You could make Widow Mines in mech and snow.
Yeah.
Because there were points of time where he was using the Hellbats for defense, and I was thinking, is it that helpful? Really? I get it with the drops, but
I think the nice thing about the Hellbats as defense is that they're mineral based.
That's also very true. You got a bunch of minerals, you got to get rid of them. I would have preferred to see like planetaries or something like that.
Yeah, you made a few of those, but
Hellbats.
Yeah, you just kind of zoned a couple areas.
Well, we'll see. We'll probably see mech again too. At least
I think we might see it later today if Flash beats Boom Boom and
it
goes down.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we get back, we're going to go to our next game here at the GSL Korea.